Welcome to Seasons of Grace, your daily dose of inspiration. As we journey through the Great Fast, we'll be reading selections from Father Jack Custer's book, Back to the Garden, a Lenten Journey Through Genesis.
Friday of the fourth week of the Great Fast. We read from the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verses 1 through 7. And the Lord said to Abram, Go forth out of your country, and from your kindred, and out of your father's house, and come into the land which I shall show you. And I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and magnify your name, and you shall be blessed. I will bless those who bless you, and curse those who curse you, and in you shall all the kindred of the earth be blessed. So Abram went out as the Lord had commanded him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he went forth from Haran. And he took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all the substance which they had gathered, and the souls which they had gotten in Haran. And they went out to go into the land of Canaan. And when they were come into it, Abram passed through the country into the place of Shechem, as far as the noble vale. Now the Canaanite was at that time in the land. And the Lord appeared to Abram, and said to him, To your seed will I give this land. And he built there an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. Abraham is such a good person that when his wife Sarah dies, the Hittites refuse to sell him a burial plot, insisting that he simply accept the plot from them to bury Sarah. When Lot follows Abram, eventually to become Abraham, I think of how the Hittites also revered Abraham. Have you ever met a saint? I do not mean the storybook saint who is disconnected from everything we do and feel. I do not mean a pious person who does many religious things. If you have ever met a man like Abraham, then you understand why Lot would willingly try to follow him to a foreign land, why the Hittites would want to be generous to him and treat him as family. A saint has courage to listen to the Lord when everything God seems to say is impossible and seemingly ridiculous, as when the old man Abraham is told that he will have descendants. A prayerful, listening person may also be honest enough to laugh when God promises the impossible, and yet still trust that what he hears from the Lord is meaningful and true. The saints we have canonized are still imperfect people as they walk this earth. Twice, Abram lies and tells the powerful people around him that his wife is merely his sister, so that they will not kill him in order to marry his widow. Each time, the powerful king returns Sarah after finding out from God that she is already married. Yet, listening to God, Abraham or any saintly person learns to trust in God. Part of that saintly trust is the willingness to take the lesser part. When Abram and Lot must separate, Abram tells Lot to take the first choice of land. We hear the Lord give this second choice land to Abram and his descendants forever. For us Christians, this kind of trust and deference to another may remind us of the service we are called to by Jesus Christ, who did not cling to his godliness, but rather chose to embrace our human nature. So a saint does not trust in position or authority, but in the freedom to be generous with others. Each of us can strive to listen to God and act with the same courage and trust in God. For reflection, have I ever met a saint? What about that person was attractive? Am I striving to become a saint? What qualities of mine naturally assist in reaching that goal? What parts of my personality would need work if I am to achieve sainthood? How can I use the fast to make progress toward this goal? What is one way that I can practice trust in God?
Thank you for listening to Seasons of Grace. If you would like to send this episode to a friend or listen again, please visit godwithusradio.org. You can also find previous and future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and almost everywhere podcasts are available. A special thank you to Eastern Christian Publications for their permission to present Back to the Garden in this format.